Hi, I'm Adam Chung. I'm talking about my book Kung Fu in Love. Um, First of all, what is Kung Fu? To me, Kung Fu is very important to me because I started practicing Kung Fu. I would say the first time I practiced Kung Fu was when my dad was watching those old TVB movies, um, and I would just be playing blocks while he was watching that. I think one of the movies he watched TVB, the long series, The Cake Chop, and he also watched movies like Shaolin Temple. And the first things I picked up, was like Sleeping Ma, and then like do those Hong Gar type of stances, but I didn't know what they were yet. You'd be like and you got these tiger claws, you got these punches, you got these quads, and real low stance and real hard hitting, and it showed you another world. It showed you it was escape into a fantasy world because and for especially for people like my dad who came over here. First he escaped from China to Hong Kong when he was like 4, and then he came over here to work in a restaurant. Um, and restaurant life is basically in the back of a kitchen, and it's that escape to partly a homeland, partly just a fantasy world about what your homeland should be, because China was communist at the time. I mean, still communist, but China was communist, and you it was that um, is like a higher being, a higher, a better place, that you could look back to, where people could fly, where traditions were valued, and there's a lot that you can take from that first concept, that first initial exposure to kung fu, and the first initial exposure to love. Like, what did I first know about love? I guess the first thing I knew about love was um, also from, I guess, you see your mother and your father. Um, but really, you learn a lot from TV, from romantic scenes on TV. I guess the romantic movie that I really liked as a kid was The Sound of Music. Um, but as much as you're influenced by these movies, by stories, by what you see around you in real life, boyfriend and girlfriend walking down the street, or people maybe performing the lion dance on Chinese New Year. Both with kung fu and love, there really comes something from inside. Before you start trying to practice kung fu, before you start trying to practice love, trying to seek that higher level of kung fu, higher level of love, you have to understand what you want out of it. What do you want out of love? And so the first chapter of my book is really about that. It's called Child Heart. Like, what, as if you're starting all over. Even if you're, say, whether you're 16 or 26 or 36 or 86, and you're looking for love, how would you look for it? And I apply, techniques and training methods that I use from Kung Fu, that I learned from Kung Fu and practice with Kung Fu, and I apply it to love. And I do some applying back, applying love to Kung Fu back to love. But so the first part, that you have to think like a child, like a newborn, be open, try to wipe your mind clean, and just have a child's concept of, what do I want from Kung Fu? That's your preparation. What do I want from love? And that's what the first chapter is about. And this book is so it's kind of self-help, kind of fiction. It is fiction, but it reads a lot like self-help. It starts with Child Heart, and then the second chapter is meditation and daydreaming. I'll do a little reading from Child Heart. So, that heart of mine can be a real problem child. He spits at people and throws tantrums. He likes to piss his pants on purpose and refuses to eat the foods that are good for him, like vegetables, and gorges himself on Doritos and soda. But if this is how your heart is, whose fault is it? It's your heart. It's your child. My heart is like my baby. No, even more than that. My divine baby angel, to be snuggled and worshipped. I want my heart to grow and love. I want my heart to love me. and love who I want to love. But sometimes I can't force it. Wouldn't it be nice if it loved the people who love me? But sometimes I just don't know what it wants. So that's the first chapter. And we'll talk about the next chapter next time. So please subscribe, please share my video, please like my video, please go online to Amazon, look up Kung Fu in Love by Adam Chung, or there's a special limited edition by Adam Winson Peters that was my pen name until something happened with CreateSpace and I couldn't really use that anymore. But you can look it up. You might get the Adam Winson Peters, you might get the Adam Chung Kung Fu in Love on Amazon. So please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.